Welcome to Tales Unfolded. In this tale, the son didn't like living in his father's house. This was because of his father's constant corrections. He was always told, among other things, never to leave the room without switching off the fan, never to leave the TV on in a room where there is no one, to keep the pen in the stand when it had fallen off. The son didn't like his father correcting him for these minor things. He tolerated these things till the day he was invited for a job interview. He saw this as an opportunity to leave the town and consequently his father's house and stay away from the frequent corrections if he landed the job. As he was about to leave for the interview, his father advised him to answer the questions put to him without any hesitation. His father gave him more money than he actually needed to attend the interview and off he went. When he arrived at the interview center, he noticed that there were no security guards at the gate. Even though the door was open, the latch was protruding out, probably hitting the people entering through the door. He put the latch back properly, closed the door and entered the office. On both sides of the pathway he could see beautiful flower plants. The gardener had kept the water running in the hosepipe and was not to be seen anywhere. The water was overflowing on the pathway. He lifted the hosepipe and placed it near one of the plants and went further. There was no one in the reception area. However, there was a notice saying that the interview was on the first floor. So he slowly climbed the stairs. The light that was switched on the previous night was still on at 10 a.m. in the morning. He remembered his father's admonition of not leaving the room without switching off the light. Even though he felt irritated by that thought, he sought the switch and switched off the light. Upstairs in a large hall he could see many aspirants sitting waiting for their turn. He looked at the number of people and wondered if he had any chance of getting the job. He entered the hall with some trepidation and stepped on the welcome mat placed near the door. He noticed that the mat was upside down. He straightened out the mat with some irritation. He saw that in a few rows in the front there were many people waiting for their turn, whereas the back rows were empty, but a number of fans were running over those rows of seats. He heard his father's voice again asking him why fans were running in a room where there is no one. He switched off the fans that were not needed and sat at one of the empty chairs. He could see many men entering the interview room and immediately leave from another door. When it was his turn, he went and stood before the interviewer with some trepidation and concern. The officer took the certificates from him and without looking at them asked him when could start work. He thought it was a trick question being asked in the interview. He was confused. He was asked what he was thinking by the boss. Apparently they didn't ask anyone any question because they thought they wouldn't assess the skills of anyone by doing so. So their test was to assess the attitude of the person. They kept certain tests based on the behavior of the candidates and observed everyone through CCTV. No one who went for the interview apart from him did anything to set right the latch at the door, the hosepipe, the welcome mat, the uselessly running fans or lights. So they offered him the job. He always used to get irritated by his father's discipline and demonstrations. But he realized that it is only the discipline that got him his job. His irritation and anger at his father vanished completely and left for home happily. If you are a parent, keep on talking to your children about what is right despite their frowns. They will thank you later. Thanks for watching. Leave a like and subscribe for more videos like this.